y'all, it's Heather, and I have this massive bin of empties that is overflowing. I'm gonna give you speed reviews on everything. It's been about a year since I did an empties video, so we have a lot to talk about. Let's start with what's on top. My Lumi Glotion from L'Oreal. This is the shade 904, and I only kept one of these, but I can tell you I've probably gone through 6 at least over a year. I really love this, not for my face. It's a little too hydrating for me to use on my face in the day, all of that, but I love using this on my body, on my shoulders, on my décolleté, especially in the summer. It gives a beautiful like glow to the skin, a beautiful little luminosity. It's not super shimmery, it's just really beautifully glowy. And yes, absolutely, I have one. I have one right in front of me actually. I have the new shade that's a little deeper, a little more bronzier, and I also have 903, the medium shade, because I just like to rotate through. I went through a travel size perfume, and I love perfume. I have a ton of fragrances, and I went through a full size Kilian Angel Share, the travel spray. These were expensive, okay? This is $50, but I did buy the full size. I love it so much, and the next time I travel, I'll probably buy another travel size too, because I do like taking this with me. I have some others that I'm enjoying right now, so I don't need to run out and replace this, but this is very sultry scent, very sultry carnival. That's how I always describe it, because that just, it gives you the vibes. I know there are different scent notes and things like that, but when I smell things, I get hit with like a feeling, an emotion, like where am I, who am I in this scent? And with this one, I'm at a sultry carnival because it's a little sweet, a little boozy, a little sultry. I'm here for it. I've got a couple of setting sprays. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter Cactus Flower Water Vitamin C setting spray. Such a long name, okay? I love the Urban Decay All Nighter setting sprays. They're always great. I've been through so many. I bought this one, used it, loved it. It's completely empty. I do have another All Nighter setting spray now. So far, all of the things we've talked about, I have repurchased. Like I love using setting sprays. I love mixing it up. And I believe I have just the original all-nighter in my collection right now. I didn't repurchase this one specifically, but it is a great one. Like I really enjoy these setting sprays. I also ran out of my Ciate London Watermelon Burst setting spray. This I believe was sent to me. This one is okay. It's not a setting spray that is going to really just extend the wear of my makeup. It's more so going to give me a little bit of hydration and mesh things together, which I like setting sprays like that, you know, just depending on the occasion. But this one wasn't anything that I just loved. So what I ended up doing is using this to like wet my brush after I picked up eyeshadow before I went on my eyes. If I have a setting spray and I don't just love it, that's typically what I end up using it for. Like I'll use it for my shadows, not for my face. So I didn't repurchase this one. It's fine. It's not great, so I didn't repurchase it, but there's nothing wrong with it. Next, I have a primer from Glow Recipe. This is the Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops Pore Refining Blurring Serum. I really enjoy this. I think this is a great serum, and I'm definitely going to repurchase this in the future. Right now, I'm really loving my One Size Oil Sucker Primer. It gives me that blurring and smoothing, but it is like extremely mattifying and oil controlling. So I'm gonna repurchase this, but it's not something I like must have, you know? It says it blurs your pores in 30 seconds with a treatment and primer in one. This does have really great skincare benefits, which is why I'm like, okay, it's on my Sephora Loves list. I'm going to pick it up eventually, but I don't have to have it in my collection right now. Does that make sense? I really love it. I think this was even a yearly favorite last year, but it's not like I have to have this right now, but I'm definitely going to pick it up before summer comes because I do enjoy it, and it's not as extreme as the One Size is. Should we talk about mascaras? Because I have a lot. I'll just go ahead and say I am pretty strict on myself about getting rid of mascaras when they're old. I try not to keep them in my collection more than 4 or 5 months. I believe the actual rule is like 3 months you should be getting rid of them because they come in contact like with my eyes. They're in that area. They can get fluid on them. Like I'm not keeping a mascara forever. And sometimes I will push it, you know, to 4 or 5 months instead because I do rotate through mascaras, but I'm not trying to have bacteria growing in my mascaras. Okay. So we will go through these mascaras fairly quickly and I'll tell you my thoughts. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Sculpt. This is a good mascara. I do really like wands like this where they're just kind of like a traditional wand as far as the bristles go. You know, they're not the plasticky type ones. I liked this, but it was not like, oh my gosh, I'm out of it. I'm so sad. I need to repurchase. It's a good mascara. I enjoyed it, but I didn't repurchase. If I saw it on sale, if I wanted it again, sure, it's good, but it's not like holy grail mascara status. I feel the same way about this Fenty mascara. It has that same kind of traditional wand. I do feel like the packaging on this one feels a little cheaper and less luxurious than the ABH. It does have that nice wand. It was, again, like a good mascara. I enjoyed it when I had it. There's nothing wrong with it, just not the favorite, so I didn't repurchase it. Now, the Pat McGrath Dark Star. I've been through several of these. This is a great mascara. Yes, I did repurchase this. This one has like an hourglass type wand. It's not the plasticky bristles, but it is something that I really, really like. The formula of this one is giving me length and volume, which is what I want in a mascara. I feel like I have decent lashes. I don't feel like they're amazing. I don't feel like they're bad. So when I look for a mascara, I want them to be ones that will give me lots of length, lots of volume, make my lashes black, don't smudge, like give me what I want from a mascara. This one does it. So I believe this was in my last Empties video, and then I've had one since then, but I only kept one. You know, like I'm like, I don't need to keep them both that I had throughout the year. I do have another one that I'm currently using. It's one of those mascaras that's just a staple in my collection. This is the Give Beauty Can't Stop Staring mascara. And this one is one of those mascara wands that is the plastic bristles and then kind of has like the ball at the top where you're supposed to be able to like get into the little lashes. This one was okay. It was not the favorite, like it was fine. It was a fine mascara. I don't miss it since running out of it. I honestly forgot about it until I was looking through my empties and I'm like, meh, I don't miss you. You know, I don't miss you. This is the BellaBeauteBar mascara. This one is nice. It is not my favorite, okay? This one, it's time for it to go. I've had it for too long now. It's nice. It has those like short plasticky bristles. I'm into it, but it's not perfect for me. This one is giving me length. And it's very black. Like it definitely makes my lashes black. It makes my lashes long, but it doesn't give me volume. It says it's Lush Lash. I don't feel like it gives me lush lashes. It just gives me long lashes, which is not my personal preference. If you like long lashes, this is a great formula. This one is gifted to me. It's just not my personal preference. Another mascara that was gifted to me is the Blend Bunny Omni Lash Perfect Lengthening Mascara. And this one is way more what I'm looking for in a mascara. It has a wand that's similar to the Pat McGrath Dark Star, that kind of traditional bristle hourglass type wand. It's very like lengthening and thickening, very pretty. I would say it doesn't give me quite as much volume, the formula, as the Pat McGrath, but the price point is also way less. It's from an independently owned brand. This is a really, really great mascara. I actually need to go on Blend Money's site and repurchase this, and I need to order more of the Robert Welsh lashes. That is on my to-do list. This is the Lash Lift from Finding Ferdinand. I was actually sent this from the brand. This is the only thing that I've ever received from the brand, and I did not like it. I want to try more of their products, but it's one of those short bristle plasticky wands, and I like plasticky wands in some mascaras, but these that are more shorter, I just find that I can't really get a lot of volume. So I'm getting length with this. It says it's Lash Lift. There's nothing wrong with the formula. I didn't really enjoy it. Didn't find myself wanting to reach for it ever. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift Mascara. I think the drugstore is great at mascaras. I love luxury makeup. I will spend on a high-end mascara. I love indie makeup, but if you are looking for mascara at a drugstore price point, the drugstore has great mascaras. This one, woo, I almost dropped that all over me, y'all. This one has a unique wand because on one side it's flat, and then just on 3 sides, it has those plasticky bristles. So this mascara was good if I had time to thoughtfully use it. It's not a mascara like my Pat McGrath or my YSL where I can just quickly hurry and my lashes are gonna look good. It's one where I really have to spend time, make sure I have like the time to rotate the brush and flip and push and all of that. It's good, it's interesting. It's just not my favorite because I just want my mascara to do what it's supposed to do. You know, it didn't give me an extra look for all the like thought that I had to put into it. So I'm not gonna repurchase. This one though, from ColourPop, this is the Level Up Lengthening Mascara. I'm on my third tube of this. I repurchased this. This one's so old that it like didn't want to come out of the tube, but it has a really beautiful kind of traditional bristle but tapered wand, so I can really get right in there to the lashes on the inner part of my eye. I can do the lower lash line really easily. The formula is really great, and next time I place an order, I'm actually going to order the brown one too, because I've been into a brown mascara from time to time, and I want to try ColourPop's brown mascara. This formula is great, and there's something about like how skinny the packaging is that's different. And if I'm like looking through the few mascaras I have, like this one always stands out to me, and it's just such a great formula. I have two Natasha Denona High Glam Concealers. Yes, High Glam. I'm like, let me double check that name. I have the shade Y10, which I would say is the shade that is best suited for me. And then I also have the shade YN9. This one I will use for a little bit of brightening. And I do have this concealer in my collection now. I'm actually wearing this concealer today. These are both empty. It's a beautiful formula. It is a full coverage concealer. I believe they market it as a medium coverage. If I use a tiny dot and blend, yes, it's medium. But if I use like anything more than a tiny bit, it is a full coverage concealer. So I think of it as full coverage, okay? For me and my oily skin, my oils do not break it apart, but it doesn't make me look flat, but it's not gonna get greasy, oily, dewy. It's a beautiful, beautiful concealer. If you have dry skin, I don't know that you would love this one, especially if you struggle with dryness right in here, because it does have that more like semi-matte finish, and it is a very long wear concealer. If you have very oily skin, I think you would really like this one. Again, I've gone through two, and I have another one that I use today because I love this concealer. This is my Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer. I only kept one of these, but I believe this is the second one I used this year. I have a ton of makeup, okay? I love makeup. I'm constantly testing and trying new things, but the Milk Hydro Grip is something I continuously go back to. This is such a gorgeous primer. It grips the makeup. It actually grips the makeup. I think like there is no other primer that does what this one does in terms of the skincare ingredients, like the aloe and the hemp, I believe it has, that grips and hydrates, doesn't irritate my skin, and is just everything I need. It is everything I need. I will always have one of these. I have bought this so many times. Milk has sent me one, but I'm telling you, I have repurchased this so many times. I believe I first tried it when it came out, and I've never been without it since. Oh, here's a skincare. This is the Matter of Fact Brightening Firming Serum. So this is a vitamin C serum. Is that the name of it? The Brightening and Firming Serum? Listen, I'll link it all. I'll do the YouTube thing where it shows you the products. I try to put it all in the description box. I try to do my best. This is great. I had never heard of Matter of Fact, and they reached out to me and they asked me if they could send me this product, and I'm like, I love a good vitamin C serum. I looked them up on Sephora. I'm like, sure, let me try it. And I'm pretty picky when it comes to my skincare. I do have oily skin, of course. I am 37. I'm living in a humid place, and I have breakout prone skin. I just always have ever since I was a teenager, and it never stopped. Never stopped. I'm 37 and I still will get a breakout if my skin is irritated, if I'm stressed, like literally anything. So if I try a product, I will know pretty instantly if it's going to irritate my skin. And then I will kind of wait. If it doesn't irritate, I'll keep testing and really see the results I get. And I just noticed that my skin really responded to this. It did everything that I want a great vitamin C serum to do, and really just nice packaging. It felt luxurious when I was using it. It felt great on my skin. And I have this on my loves list so I can pick it up during the next sale. Of course, I ran out of it as soon as the last sale ended. This is the Prequel Cleanser. This is the second one I used up this year. This is a massive bottle and this is under $20. I believe this is $18. I do have another one currently in my bathroom now. I've got a hair stuck to this one because this is a gentle facial cleanser, okay? It is the cleanser because it has glycerin, oat, aloe. It's a non-drying glycerin cleanser for face and body. I will be honest, I don't use it on my body because like I use it on my face. I'll use it on my neck, my like décolleté, but you can use it on your body. It's a massive, massive bottle. It's how many ounces? 13.5 ounces. Okay, it's a lot for a great price. And if you don't want your cleanser to strip your skin, look at this one. If you struggle with finding a cleanser that's gentle enough but still cleanses, I always use like an oil-based cleanser, kind of take all my makeup off, and then I go in to kind of cleanse my skin with a cleanser, and this one is so good. Also from Prequel, I've gone through several of the Universal Skin Solution dermal sprays for face and body. This is a hypochlorous acid spray. I love this. I do have one currently in my skincare routine. This is really, really good at like purifying and calming the skin. I love to use this on my face. But even the days where I don't use it on my face, I will use it on my body. I've tried other hypochlorous sprays and I don't like any of them as much as this. There's something special about this. This is my favorite. When I order these now, I order them 2 at a time because I just know I'm gonna use it. It's not something I'm swapping out in my routine. It's everything. It does what I want it to do. Another skincare product I have, this is the Tier Ceramic Milk Ampule Glow, Moisture, and Nourish. This I bought because James Welsh was talking about it. And he was saying that even if you have oily skin, if you want that glass-like skin and you want some extra hydration, you may really like this. And I'm so happy I bought it and I ran out and I bought it again. I bought it when I could tell I was getting to the bottom because it's so good. I can use this in the daytime if my skin is very dehydrated, because I will be honest, when I'm stressed, sometimes I will forget moisturizer at night. Now, I never forget to wash my face and put on my tretinoin or my night serum, whatever I'm using that night. But I like to let that absorb, and then sometimes I will just forget and not moisturize, and I'll wake up the next day and I'm like, oh, you're oily, but your skin is so dehydrated. And I can use this in the daytime on those days where I want that extra bit, but typically I will use this at night. I will use this at night and it's beautiful. I walk around the house and I go to bed feeling like I have glass skin without looking greasy. It's not too heavy on me. It's just amazing. It says brightening and anti-wrinkle ampule, coats you for a dewy skin look. This is everything. This is everything. Again, I bought this one. I repurchased it. I love it. It's amazing, and Tier actually sent me a third one, so I have a backup to the one I'm using now. I will never be without this. This is the Tower 28 concealer. This is called the Serum Concealer, and I was so excited because they had this in an olive undertone. So this is the medium olive shade, and it is light for me. Like you can tell up against my skin, it is a brightening concealer, but the undertone of this is so beautiful, and I want to repurchase this one too. I just haven't yet. It's at a great price point, and it is a beautiful medium coverage concealer. I would say this one is like very normal skin friendly. Like it's not too hydrating, it's not too drying, it's just sitting right there in the middle. It does have a very natural finish, so it's not matte, it's not glowy, it's just very skin-like. If you're looking for something that's not full coverage, that's not too light of coverage, you just want something right in the middle, this one from Tower 28 is really great, and it's on my to repurchase list at Sephora. I have a couple of lip oils from Too Faced. These are the Kissing Jellies. I have Sour Watermelon and Pina Colada. I love these. I love these. I am so happy with these from Too Faced. I bought some and I was loving them. Too Faced did send me some shades, so I'm not sure, like I can't remember off the top of my head what shades I bought and what shades they sent me, but Pina Colada is like a warm clear gloss with some shimmer. I really love it. It does taste like Pina Colada. If you love the scents and you see them, they're very sheer. So whatever scent like you can use, even the blue one, it's a very sheer blue, you know, like it's not gonna make you have blue lips if you don't want that. And Sour Watermelon, it was like a candy, like a sour watermelon Jolly Rancher or something. Has this like touch of pink to it, no shimmer in this one. I love these. I love these. I love these. And I have a couple of other ones in my bathroom cabinet with my skincare stuff right now because these are a great formula, and I don't know why they didn't get more hype. I think the packaging is so cute. Like they're short, they're compact. I think the formula is amazing. They don't feel sticky, goopy. I mean, wear these as part of your skincare, wear these as part of your makeup. They're really great. Let's talk about these Revive Instant Depuffing Gel Eye Masks, okay? These were gifted to me. It is a pack of 6. I got them and I was like, oh, these look really nice. And I looked them up and I'm like, are you kidding me? $100 for 6 eye masks. I was like, I will enjoy these. I will use them. I can never pay that, okay? I can never pay that for eye masks. Like, what? Let me just tell you how quickly I ate my words. I used one the first time. I used it on a day after I had a migraine. When I get migraines, I'm down, okay? Like, I am down, not functioning. And when I'm finally able to function, I am so swollen. Like, my face, especially my eyes, probably because I cried because they hurt, but I'm so swollen. And I used one of these eye masks on that day, and I took it off, and I was like, no, they don't work this good. They don't work this good. They can't. I used the whole pack, and I repurchased. They're so expensive, and I hate how expensive they are, and I don't use this. Like, they say, like, use up to 2 times a week or something like that. Yeah, use 1 or 2 times weekly. I don't do that, okay? I use these when I need them. When I've had a migraine and my face is puffy and I need to get an eye mask on. Or when I have something that I'm like, I just really want to look refreshed. I have an occasion, I have a day, I have something where I just want to look under the eyes. That's the days I use these, and they're so expensive. And I said I was not gonna buy them, but I bought them. I bought them, no regrets. Oh, I have this MAC bronzer. I'm not empty with this one, but it is gone bad. It's almost empty, and I am gonna repurchase this. I actually have this in my Sephora cart, but I was putting it on one day and I was like, it's looking great, but I could smell it as I put it on, and it smells a little rancid. And it says that this is good for 12 months, and I looked back and I've had it way longer than that. Listen, judge me all you want. When it comes to powder products, I get rid of them when I need to. I'm not just gonna be like, oh, I've had this for 12 months, toss it, even though it's working beautifully. This one actually did go bad though. It actually went bad. I have the shade Matte Deep Golden. I love this, and I am gonna repurchase it. I wanna say I've had it about 2 years. So, yeah, I'm tossing it, not because it's empty, because it's gone bad. That's also why I'm getting rid of this LYS bronzer stick. Let me tell you a little story about this, okay? Now, this one has a 12-month shelf life. I've had this way longer than 12 months, and I can see that it's gone bad. Like, it's gone bad, y'all. I was at Creators and Friends events in Palm Springs at the end of the summer, right? Or the beginning of fall, I don't know, earlier this year. And I was getting ready, we were going to a fancy dinner. I was so excited, I wanted to get glam. And I put this on and it wouldn't blend, and I started to panic. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just try to warm this up. Let me try to spray, let me try to blend, And the more I did, the worse it got, to the point I scrubbed it off my face. And then my skin was so irritated, my makeup wouldn't stick to my face, and I was a patchy mess, and I was literally like, don't look at me. Dramatics, right? Dramatics. Literally nobody cares that my makeup was, why do I have a hair? Nobody cares. I have to remind myself sometimes, like, literally nobody cares. I was the only one that cared. But I got back, and I got back to my room. I kind of twisted this up, and I was like, oh, the bronzer stick from LYS has never done this to me before because it wasn't expired the last time I used it. It's expired. So that's on me. That's not on LYS. It has to go. I've got an empty NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This was my holy grail for a long time. I emptied this and I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. It was a beautiful matte foundation. I just don't need it anymore because I have my Urban Decay Face Bond. I have my new One Size, whatever their new foundation, you know, the one. I have my like tier. I have foundations I like better than this now. They're just better formulas, better shades. Like, I like it, but didn't repurchase. Let's talk about some brow products. This is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. Microfine tip on one side, microfine like pin on one side. Favorite brow product of all time. I love it, but it's expensive. That's what takes it down a peg for me. But I've gone through 3. I have the shades Dark Drapes and Blackout. Either shade will work for me. My hair is like freshly dyed. I covered up my light roots, and right now Blackout is the best shade for me. As my hair kind of grows out, the color fades because I am not dark in hair naturally. I will use Dark Drapes. So love, love, love this. This is the Morphe Micro Brow. Yes, I'm in the shade Chocolate Mousse. I always have 2 of these. One new and one that I'm currently using. I never let myself run out of this. This is amazing. It's so, did they up the price? I want to say it was $8, but I think it may be $10 now. I love this. It's beautiful. They have so many different shades. It's a great formula. It's a great product, and it has that super tiny tip. So those 2 are my favorites, okay? If you're looking at all these brow products we're gonna talk about, those 2 right there, favorites, I have repurchased. I have 2 different brow pens. This is the NYX Lift and Snatch. I need to buy another one of these because I don't have one in my collection. This is amazing. This is really great. This is my favorite brow pen that I have tried like this. Aside from the end of the Urban Decay Brow Blade, this is my favorite like standalone brow pen. This is in the shade Black. Is the shade I have in this one. And then I also tried the Juvia's Place Eye Sculpt Eye Shade Brow Pen. Do you hear me just throwing products on the floor? Future Heather will have to clean it up, but something about doing these and throwing products is fun to me, so I'm gonna keep doing it. But this is the Juvia's Place, and I'm in a brown shade, right? What am I? Dark brown. This is good. I don't like it as much as the NYX. Okay, I don't. This is the Lip Bar Exact Arch pencil. I like this. I feel like this is a little bit drier in formula than the Morphe. So if you've tried the Morphe and you think it's a little too creamy and not perfect like I do, you will like this because it's not as creamy as that. I have this one from Kosas. This is the Brow Pop Nano. I really like how small this is, but because my brow hairs are so blonde and I have to really fill them in, it ran out way too fast on me to be worth the price point. This is the Lottie London Arch Revival. This is a decent brow pen. This is a microfine brow pen. I do like this. I would say I like this not as much as the NYX, but more than the Juvia's Place. And I just had the brown shade. This is the AVH Brow Wiz in Granite. I like this. It used to be my holy grail, but I don't feel the need to spend that high a price point on this when I can just get the Morphe, which is very, very similar. I have the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit. This one, super tiny tip, really, really nice. I really enjoyed this one as well, but for the price, right now, I'm just happy with my Morphe. Last but not least is the Merit Dark Brown. This is Brow 1990. I really like this. There was something about this formula that I do feel like gives me a little bit of like hair texture. I don't know. There's something about the texture of this. Like when I try to put it into words, it sounds weird, but it almost makes my brows just like look a little thicker with fewer strokes, even though the tip is super fine. So this actually is one that I could see myself purchasing again. This one was gifted to me. I hate to spend a ton of money on a brow pencil. That's why I buy the Urban Decay, because I feel like I get 2 sides, but I do feel like there's something a little special about this one. So I'm gonna repurchase this. This is the Self-Made True Grit Resilient Scrub for scalp and body. I've only used this on my scalp once and it felt amazing, but I do normally just use this on my body because I don't feel like I need to scrub my scalp very often. This says exfoliate, nourish, and restore. This is a body scrub that is not painful. It's not too scrubby. It's not so thick that you feel like, okay, now my skin's a little irritated. It gives you the exfoliation. It kind of scrubs, but it also does do that nourishing. Like, it's a very gentle formula. I really enjoy this. And Self-Made did give me another one, so I currently have this in my tub. Glow Recipe Watermelon Niacinamide Dew Drops. Yes, I have these. I am never without these. I always repurchase these. These are a part of my skincare routine. I know some people use these as a primer. I don't do that. I have oily skin. I use this as my serum step in my skincare routine in the daytime. That way it can fully absorb into my skin before I go in with makeup. It's very beautiful. It does give me a dewy glow, but it's not heavy once it sinks into the skin. I love it. It's great. My skin really likes niacinamide, and this is a great serum. Let's go through some powders. This is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Banana Bread. Huda Beauty and One Size make my favorite setting powders in terms of loose powders. They lock everything into place. I'm wearing this powder today. I'm never without it. When I start to get really low and I'm like, okay, I have less than 2 weeks use left, I buy it again. So yes, I do have this, and I have this in some other shades too. It's just a great setting powder. It keeps me matte. It keeps me matte and also keeps me like from looking flat. You can see today I have like a little bit of glow. I kind of like that, right? Like, I kind of like that, and I've had my makeup on for about 6 hours at this point. So I feel like I'm looking healthy, glowy, and I am wearing this powder. Super beautiful. I have a One Size Turn Up the Base powder. This is a foundation powder. What I will do is use this with a big fluffy brush, a tiny amount of product on days where I maybe am just wearing like a skin tint and I kind of want to set it down and give myself maybe like on a scale of 1 to 10 coverage with that big fluffy brush, maybe like a 2, you know, just on top of the skin tint to sit and just give me a little more, a little extra. It's a really great powder for that, and I do have another one, of course. And then I have the NYX HD Finishing Powder in the shade Banana, and well, you can see through the thing that's completely empty, and I have another one here in front of me. I love this. I've repurchased this for years, and actually maybe I can just touch up a little bit with it now. It's so great. It doesn't make me look flat matte. It doesn't like kill any skin-like property to my face, but it does kind of take a little bit of glow away. It gives me a little bit of brightness with this banana shade. I'll never be without it. This is the Ulla Henriksen Strength Trainer Peptide Boost Moisturizer with peptides, ceramides, and collagen. So this I have gone through multiple times. I believe this was my 3rd one. I'm using my 4th now. And then after that, I'm not sure if I will repurchase. I am also testing out the new Glow Recipe Cloudberry Moisturizer. I bought that one during the last time Sephora had the 20% off, and I'm really enjoying it. So I think I will finish the one I have, I will finish the Cloudberry, and then I will kind of decide which moisturizer that's like thick and heavy and repairing that I want to have for nighttime. So I love this though. Like I said, I'm on my 3rd or 4th jar. It's expensive, but it's great. The peptides, the ceramides, they calm my skin. And using my Tret, I really like to use a heavy moisturizer at night that moisturizes but doesn't like clog my pores and irritate my skin. And this one is great at that. It's such a good one. I've emptied 2 Sigma eyeshadow primers. This is the eyeshadow base primer. I have an empty Ignite, which is my go-to shade. It has a little bit more of that warm kind of yellow undertone to it, but it's very light. My shadows lay beautifully on top of it. They really pop. It holds on to everything. I don't like eyeshadow primers that are concealer-like. I don't like ones that are very thin. I like ones that are a little thicker and more on the dry side because I do have deep set eyes. I have lots of creases and folds and wrinkles and crinkles in my eyes, and I have oily lids too. So that's just a recipe for wrinkly, like crinkly, creasy shadow. And I have Persuade too. This is the more pinky one. These don't give me that wrinkly, crinkly, creasy look. They do the job. Favorite. holy grail status from Sigma, and I do have a backup. I never go without it. I always place an order, and I usually use them 2 at a time. Shall we talk brow gels? Because I have a few, okay? I have like pretty long brow hair. They're very light blonde, but they need to be laid into place. This is the Jones Road, the brow gel in the shade Brunette. I need to repurchase this. This is the best at thickening and setting them into place. It's so good. I love this. If you've been here for a while, you've heard me talk about how much I love this because it's just so thickening. There's something special about this formula. Then I have the Milk Kush Brow Lamination. I don't love their regular Kush brow gel. It doesn't have enough hold for me. It has like a good amount of hold, but not the hold I like. The brow lamination though, it does. I really enjoy this one. It puts my brows hairs where I want them. They do not move, they do not stray, and they stay. So I really like this one, and I do have that one repurchased that I am using. I have the Patrick Ta. This is the Major Brow Lamination Gel. This is the brow gel to beat all other brow gels. I have repurchased this. I constantly have this in my collection. It lays the brow hairs down and they'll never move. They will never think about disobeying. They will never talk back. They will just listen. It gets them in line. It gets them in line. And I love it. I have that repurchased. This is the Half Magic Grippy Brow Sculpting Brow Gel. I like this, but it doesn't have enough hold for me. If I am doing like a skin tint, a lip balm, a little mascara, filling my brows out the door, and I don't want my brows to be like laid into place. I want them to be a little free, you know, somewhat, not all the way, but a little bit. I can use this brow gel. I think it's good, but I didn't repurchase. It's not like amazing, but it's good. I don't really ever save my lash boxes, but in the bin, I did have my GlamLite Scooby-Doo Haunted eyelashes. I purchased these and I really like these lashes. Maybe it was a reminder for me to see if they still sell these, and I do need to check on that. But I did save this. This is the Kiss Falscara Starter Kit, kind of where they're like self-adhesive. You put them on and they're supposed to be like kind of DIY lash extensions, and they work. Like, I don't like to leave them on my eyes for days. I know some people do. I don't. I did though find these super easy to use, and they gave you a different look than just applying false lashes like I have today, a strip lash. I enjoy these. If you were looking at these and you were thinking about them, I did find them pretty easy to apply, long lasting, really different look, really fun. I do think they kind of gave me that lash extension type look, and I want to try these again because I did like the look of them, and I wanted to share that. This is the Tower 28 Daily Rescue Facial Spray. I liked this, but the one from Prequel is so much better. I had this, and I kind of forced myself to use it up because I'm like, stop with the Prequel for a little bit, just use this up. You have it, you bought it. It's good, but the Prequel, it just has a better sprayer. My skin just seems to like that formulation a little bit better. I've got some eyeliners. This is the Vive Power Ink Liner. It's a black liquid liner. It's good. It's not my favorite, so I didn't repurchase it. It's good. It's a felt tip. I was trying to make sure. I'm like, is it a brush or a felt? Like, it was good, but I didn't love it. You know, I didn't need to repurchase it. It's not better than anything else. The same with the Urban Decay 24/7. This is Zero, their liquid liner. It's good. It's not like, oh my gosh, I have to pay that price to have that liner. This is the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Catsuit. This one just dried up. It's not pigmented anymore. I went to use it in my waterline and I was like, oh, nothing's happening. Tried to warm it up on my hand and I'm like, okay, it's expired. It's time to get rid of it. I love that color. I do have another one. Yes, I do, because it's a great color. This is the Pat McGrath. This is the Legendary Wear Velvet Kohl Eyeliner. This is amazing and I need another one. It goes so smoothly in the waterline. I can use it like on the lower lash line. I can buff shadow into it. It doesn't move from my waterline. It's so black, so pigmented, so intense, glides so smoothly, stays. It's everything you want in a waterline liner, this one. The Legendary Wear Velvet Kohl Eyeliner. I love it. This is the Half Magic Magic Flick Liquid Eyeliner. This one is really cool because it's shaped like this. So you kind of like draw it on and you can flick. And there's a learning curve with this one. You kind of, well, I won't say you, maybe you're amazing at it. Just pick it up like you were born with this in your hand. For me, I had to kind of practice. So I tried it the first time and I was like, this is weird. So I kind of put it in my bathroom, and before I would wash my face each night, I was like, let me try this a couple of times. It's very cool. It's very fun to use, and you can do different types of liner with it. Okay, it's very cool. Yes, I have another one already. And then last but not least, this is the Game Beauty Liquid Eyeliner Pen. This one also really good, and it's a felt tip, which normally I prefer a brush tip, but this one's really nice and I enjoy it a lot. This is the Glow Recipe Cloudberry Bright Essence Toner. I love this toner. I used it this morning because I repurchased it. It's great. It's supposed to help like everything else absorb better into your skin, and it just gives me this fresh, I love it. Hydrating, not heavy, just overall an amazing toner that I use right after I cleanse my skin in the morning, every single morning. I used up another travel size fragrance. This is the Kayali Eden Juicy Apple. This is great on its own. Kayali is really great about making fragrances that sound simple like apple and making them elevated and a little complex while still giving the apple. And I love this on its own, and I also love mixing it with other fragrances, mixing it with a vanilla, mixing it with a green scent. Like, I really enjoy this, and I need to get another. This is a good size, travel size too. I really like the component, and I was kind of like shocked when I went to use it one day, and I was like, oh, it's empty. I did not notice. So I've got to repurchase that one. I am throwing away this e.l.f. Brow Lift. This was a great one, but it's expired. It's full on expired. You can see though, I did use it a lot. I think it's nice. I do prefer brow gels that are kind of in the wand format. I just think it's a little easier, but it's a good one. I used up an entire Sigma lip mask in the Hush color scent. I used up a whole one of these. I love a lip mask. I love a lip mask, especially to sleep in at night. And the ones from Sigma are amazing. Like, definitely top favorite. I would say the Sigma and the Lawless are my favorites in terms of lip masks in jars that are giving you that intense hydration. I've got a brow glue from Melt. This is a good brow glue. I don't think it's anything super special that it's from Melt. I think it's very much like the Duo brow glue and the latex free formula. It's good, but I used it up. This is a Clarins lip oil. This is the Lip Comfort Oil in Cherry. I like this because Clarins lip oils are very luxurious feeling. I actually have one right now. Well, Clarins gifted this to me, and now I have honey. I love anything honey. Okay, I just do. I love anything honey, so I'm using that one currently, but I really like this. It does give a nice little red to your lips, not full on opaque, but just a lip oil, you know, just a little bit of a tint. Clarins makes a very great lip oil. It's more on the thick side, so it's very hydrating, very glossy, but it's not goopy heavy. So when I say thick, just think in terms of formula, like it's not thin, like you're not just gonna feel like you have a basic chapstick on your lips. You're gonna feel like you have a nice, luscious lip oil. It's time to toss my ColourPop Super Shock bronzer. This one, yeah, it's going bad. I don't know if you can see. I went to use it the other day and I was like, oh, there's like black dots in there. This is expired, but can you see that I hit pan in it? You can see the pan. I like it. And when I'm placing my next order for ColourPop, I gotta order the brow mascara, and I gotta order another one of these too. Oh, we're getting to the end of my empties. I have definitely shared some empties throughout the year over on Instagram, and I have that pinned in a highlight if you want to see more, because sometimes I'm just like, if it's a skincare product, if it's a body lotion, something like that, I will just put it on my stories. But if it's something I really want to talk about, I try my best to keep it. This is the Living Proof Triple Bond Complex Hair Strengthener. I bought this after I saw Abby Young talk about it so much. She has amazing hair content. Definitely check her out. Super science-backed, which we love. And I love this. I need to buy another. I need to buy another. I use this exactly like she does. Like I still use my K18, I still use all this, and I add this in because you can use them all together, and I love it. I love it. Let's talk about the last two things. Peach and Lily Matcha Pudding Antioxidant Cream. This is a great daytime moisturizer. If you have oily skin and you want something that is not too heavy, this is a great moisturizer that actually hydrates without making my skin feel heavy without just being on top of my skin. It's really great at sinking in. It's a really, really great moisturizer. I'm using other things that I'm enjoying right now, so I don't feel the need to use it. I'm very into skin milks, okay? I'm using the Tear skin milk. I'm using the Ilias skin milk. I'm using the Tear milk ampule if I need to do that, which is on the thicker side we talked about earlier. So I'm not really needing that one from Peach and Lily right now, but it is a great one. And the hair oil here I have is the Kerastase Elixir Ultimate, and yes, I have another one. This is a great hair oil that is not too heavy. I use this mid-lengths to ends, and I do that every single night. Just one pump to hydrate, and I sleep in it, and then if I need more the next morning, I will do that because I really tried to protect my hair. This is a great hair oil. It's expensive, but it lasts so long. A little goes a long way. It's not too heavy, and it's not too light for me. Do you love Empties videos? I love Empties videos. I can hear full thoughts on products. I can see things like that. I also included those things that were expired that I'm getting rid of. Let me know if you want me to keep doing that. I had so much fun. I cannot believe like so many of these things I went through, so many of the things that I just posted about on Instagram and didn't keep for today. Definitely let me know, do you love Empties videos? I'm gonna pop up some more videos for you. I would love if you would stick around, talk makeup with me. Have you tried any of these products? Give me your review of them down below. Have you emptied something several times this year? I would love to hear about it down in the comments.